Okay, next experiment, you could use some newspaper as a background, brown paper. I actually don't have any newspaper, but I do have some brown paper and I've got some post-it notes. You might find that you could use an old envelope or some packaging where something's been sent, or if you've been to a shop. Okay, bit of cardboard, something from packaging of ice lollies, like the boxes are quite thin. Okay, anything that you could stick down as a collage and draw on top, basically. Okay, whatever you've got available and around you. Could be some lined paper, square paper, that could look quite cool actually. So I've got my photograph. Okay, so you're going to use your photograph that you've taken in the style of the artist. I'm just going to put that down to one side. You're going to need a pencil. I'm going to do mine in biro, okay, over the top, so I think it will stand out really well on the brown paper. And I've got some glue. If you don't have any glue at home, what can work is a little bit of flour and water together, and that should give you enough glue that you can stick down your newspaper or bits of collage. Okay, any eyelash glue, bit of nail glue, something like that. Okay, so luckily I do have glue stick, so I'm just going to stick down, I'm going to rip these. I quite like these colours, so I thought they would go quite well together. So I want them to have quite torn edges actually. I think that I want that to be maybe part of her hair. So I'm going to stick that down, make sure I get the edges down. I think a bit of green next. Again, I quite like it to have like a torn effect. You might decide that you want to cut it. Okay, it depends what project you're doing really and how you want it to look. And then I'm going to use a bit of brown paper as well. Again, try and glue down all those edges. Okay, I think I want a little bit more colour down the bottom, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to overdo it. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Right, I'm going to get all of my bits out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to need to draw out my image. Okay, so this one's a bit more complicated than what I've done before. So I'm going to need to make sure that I get all of the basic sort of shapes in really. So I've got to really think about the proportions and the angles. So I'm kind of looking at the angles and straight down there for her arm, and her hand is sort of here. Shoulder slopes down quite a lot, her waist comes in a little bit, and then I've got her like skirt. It's coming straight down here, goes in a bit of a wave, comes back up. Got a bit of her shoe in there as well. So I'm going to try and draw the outline of that. I can imagine I'm going to have to come back to this quite a bit. It's a bit more tricky, and it's a lot smaller than I'm used to working. The reason I decided to do it small, just because of the collage bits that I was doing, and I thought it would look quite nice, actually quite like a small little sketch. Get some of the flowers in her hair. That's one of the bits I really want to do. Right, I'm going to need to use a rubber to get rid of some of the lines that have not quite gone to plan. I need to make her arms a little bit bigger, bring them down a little bit more, and then I think I'm ready to make a start. So what I'm going to do is use my biro, because I want that to stand out on the pink, the green and the brown paper. Depending on what you're using, you could use a fine liner, you could paint over the top, whatever materials you've got available. Now, I think it's probably quite helpful if you're doing something in black and white to actually change the image into black and white. So this photograph that I've got, actually, it would probably be easier if I changed it into black and white first and then started working from there. Okay, so exactly like you've done before with biro, think about what kind of marks you need to make. Are you going to do cross hatching for yours? Are you going to do lines? Are you going to do kind of little dashes or dots? Okay, so think about what kind of marks are going to be suitable for your image. It might not be exactly the same as mine. Okay, and it depends what sort of size you're working to as well. Okay, so work on some collage, use newspaper, any bits of paper that you can find around, make a collage and draw on top. Okay, that's another option. Remember, you don't have to do this particular one.